Perceptual shift show. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Welcome to the Shift Show. My name is James Quine, and this is my brother,
Robbie. I am a perceptual shifter and a life lover.
Me too. Life lover with my chai latte from Starbucks this morning.
That's right, and I am gonna sludge down some black coffee here.
Is that Starbucks? Where did you get?
Yes, it is Starbucks.
Oh, it is Starbucks. Yeah. Okay, the little packets.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right, so we are grateful that you're here today. If this is your first show, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're stoked that you're here. This is the show that's all about the book, The Perceptual Shift, How to Love Your Life and Manifest Abundance.
That's right.
Who doesn't want more abundance?
I sure as hell do.
A
double scoop.
I'm going to give you a ding for that, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I want abundance too. I want to love my life. And you know what? I have both of those things today as a result of living this book, right? We really live this book.
Yeah, exactly.
And this book is a culmination of everything that I've been doing and you've been doing for the last,
eons.
2-3 decades, 4 decades
Yeah,
almost.
long time.
Yeah, long time. So the book has a whole bunch of exercises. I'll show you a sample page here. You can see there's a lot of lines on the page. If you're listening on Spotify or iHeart or Apple Podcasts, you cannot see the book because you're just listening. But if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it. It's an interactive book designed to really help you feel good and clear away the problems, the upsettedness, the anger. Open the door and open yourself up to the abundance that you really deserve in your life.
And to peel off some layers of the onion.
That's right. That's right. We got to dig a little bit to get down there and get rid of all of the icky, crusty stuff, right?
And the old patterns that just don't work.
That's right. That's right. So
or they don't work very well.
They don't.
This is like a major reset upgrade to have more, to love my life.
All right. Before we get started and we get too far in, couple of notes of interest. Number one, you were recently on TV, weren't you?
I was on Akaku TV.
Akaku! That's the Hawaii version of PBS.
Yeah,
it's a public broadcasting station.
Cable show.
Little cable show, but I think it airs all over Hawaii. With Tony, yes.
Brother Tony.
Brother Tony, yeah. Super cool guy.
Very
He invited
cool.
us on.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What did we talk about?
We were talking about perceptually shifting.
Got into a little bit of my story, a
Yeah.
little bit of your story. Talked about the book, the podcast. It was great. It was fun.
I loved it.
How long was that? About an hour?
It was a little over an hour, yeah.
Wow. Long show.
Yeah. We were just chatterboxes on that show.
But it was fun. I got all dressed
I
up.
loved
and-
it.
Yeah.
It's fun being on TV.
It was great. So, how's everything going?
It's going pretty good.
I mean, aside from the iPhone problem.
Yeah. No, life is good. I like being here with you. I'm very passionate about this topic.
Yeah.
I want to have a happier life and good health in my spirit, in my emotions, in my mental, my communication skills, all of the above.
Speaking
I
about...
want to have
Go ahead.
serenity.
Speaking about serenity, I was just about to say that. How is your serenity level going with that? With that over there,
Oh,
that flashing. His iPhone has turned green, and the lines are just going
show
crazy.
them? Should I
Yeah,
show?
show him. Show him what it looks like.
okay. It's like a little
Right over there.
disco, psychedelic, like
Yeah,
weird 4 a.m. nightclub.
yeah. Nice. Oh, by the way, did you reset that timer?
No, I did not.
Oh, that's the old timer. You might want to reset that.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay, that's fine. Just let it go. It's cool.
Screw it.
So I sent over the place to fix it,
Right.
and they troubleshot it, and they just said, "Sorry, there's nothing we can do. If it happens again, let us know." Right?
Yeah, it's like the Twilight Zone.
So I finally took a video because they couldn't recreate this. So I took a video and sent it to them. We'll see what'll happen.
Right.
But it's not throwing you out of kilter.
No, it's such a small problem. It's microscopic. Yeah, really. It's like a tiny mosquito.
Cadillac problem.
Yeah, a little irritation, just
Right.
and that's all it is.
Good. Well, this show, we talk about problems and how to navigate through them and overcome them.
Right.
So some of them will be small problems like the iPhone not working.
Sure.
Other ones could be big problems
Right.
like divorce, financial ruin,
Much
illness, things like that.
Sure.
Whatever you're going through, I believe that this book, this program, these concepts will help you navigate through it and get back to a life that you can love and a place of peace.
Right. I would rather have this problem than a Murphy bed falling on my toe.
Well, we'll get to that a little later in the show.
All right.
But before we get too far into the show, I wanted to remind everybody, if you don't have the book, you can go to Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble. You can get it there. You can get the hardcover book, the softcover book, or...
if money is tight, you only got a couple ruples in your pocket, Kindle version.
The Kindle version, $2.99, I think.
Yes.
And then you'll want to...
get a notebook.
because there's going to be some writing in there.
There's some writing in there.
And I would also suggest not only a notebook and a pen, but get a highlighter.
That's
because,
right. He's the king of highlighters.
Yeah, I
over
love
here.
highlighting books.
Can you demonstrate your mastery of highlighting, please?
I'm just trying to grab a page that actually has a few things on it.
Yeah, every page.
I tend to highlight the book so that I can concentrate on what's important. So my brain is not thinking about what I have to do after I'm done reading,
right,
or something along those lines. So
that's great.
Very, very helpful to highlight. And then, as you can see, I
Right.
do some extensive writing.
Right.
We actually have a Saturday workshop. If you want to join us, we're on Zoom. The link is in this podcast episode. And if you want the password to the Zoom, DM me on Instagram or TikTok at James M. Quine. M for Michael. James M. Quine is my handle. And you can see some life hacks over there that are kind of cool.
The life hacks are awesome.
And you can also ask me if you want to get a signed book. You can DM me over there and ask me for a signed book. I can sign one, send them to you, or someone you love.
Right.
So that's pretty much of all of our announcements. Now what we do is we go to the reading portion of the book. But before we do that, we perceptually shift.
Yes.
And how do we do that?
We put on our perceptual shift lenses. Mm-hmm. And then we shift into the fourth dimension.
Oh, yeah, the gear shift.
Musically.
Yeah, that's right.
And basically sing from our heart chakras and just have a rockin' good time.
Okay, so what's this song all about? We wrote this song?
This song is about perceptually shifting with a guitar in your hand.
And it's kind of a welcome song
Yes,
for
it
all
is.
you guys listening.
Yeah,
so if
here
you've
we
been
go.
here before, you've heard it, enjoy it if you liked it. If you haven't been here before, get ready to rock.
That's right.
Welcome to the Shift Show. Ready for the mind flow. You're gonna see the world in a brand new way. We'll show you how to love life. Eliminate your strife. You'll manifest all that you desire. Yeah! The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I couldn't even pull off that one. My arm got stuck in between the microphone and the guitar.
This
That's
was a
okay.
garage rock version of Perceptual
It is.
Shift theme.
And you know, people have suggested, or a couple people told me, we could just record that song and play it every time, or just use the same video. But I love doing it live.
I like it live. It's more fun.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what mistake we're going to make or
Right.
what's going to happen.
Some grinds are better than others.
It also gets me in the mood.
Yeah, me too.
And, you know, there's something really nice about the levity of having hobbies and fun and enjoying.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like it taps into the inner child a little
Yes,
bit?
extremely.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Creativity. Who's the greatest creator? The universe, right?
That's
The
right.
universe is the greatest creator of all.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, look at the mountains and the sunsets
Oh
and
my
the ocean
God.
and
Breathtaking.
all the beauty. We have some of that in us. So,
Yeah.
writing a song, playing a song,
Wow.
it's the best.
I agree.
And the other thing I want to say is doing the song with my older brother,
Right.
Robbie, who's been a musician most of his life since he was a child. I only started playing guitar when I was 50.
Right.
Played around with piano, not formally trained or anything, but because my mom played piano,
Right.
I learned piano.
Yeah.
But my brother helped me.
Yeah.
Phil Casper,
Sure.
Chris Casper, lots of friends of mine helped me learn how to play guitar
Yeah.
one chord at a time,
Right.
one day at a time.
And I remember your fingers hurt when you were doing D chords, and I said, just power through it, bro.
Absolutely. I knew
Yeah.
when I made a decision at 50 to play guitar that I was going to go through some pain, but I was ready.
Yeah, I gave him a little bit of tough love. I'm like, hang in there. Let's learn some more chords. I started teaching him some songs.
In the beginning, I was thinking, like, is there a way to put some kind of a plastic
Yeah.
Band-Aid
No, I
kind
could
of
tell
a
it
thing?
hurt.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't think I was bleeding, though.
No pain, no gain, baby.
No, but it was good. So that's pretty much the beginning of our show. It's time to kind of get into the meat of it, right?
Let's dive on
And the
in
meat
with
of it
reckless abandon.
is getting into the reading. So
This is a pretty meaty little chapter. I
it
think.
is. It is.
The reframing.
Yeah, we're
The
talking
whole
about the art.
concept of reframing.
Yeah, this whole chapter is called The Art of Reframing.
It's not advanced per se, but it's definitely perceptually shifting into a couple more gears.
Right. Do you remember the little story at the beginning of this chapter? What it was about?
No, not really.
This one was about
Not the Murphy
two
bit.
people seeing the same thing out of their windows.
Oh yeah, that's right. And
but perceiving it differently. Like one person sees rain
Yeah.
and says, "Oh, thank God, we need some rain. It's so
Yeah,
regenerative."
exactly.
Another
Celebratory.
person's like, "Darn it."
yeah, it's all soggy and gray and crappy. The guy
Right.
that's on the motorcycle, right?
Right. This is. I'm just reading from the beginning
Yeah,
of The
yeah.
Art of Reframing. It says it's the ability to look at a situation, and ask, "What if I saw this differently?"
Right.
Yeah. So this is what it's all about. Today we're going to be reading page 47, which is reframing challenges as opportunities. And again, reframing is stopping and giving yourself enough time to look at things differently. And it's very important to understand that frequently, particularly when we perceive somebody doing us harm, we don't want to see it differently.
Right.
We don't want to look at things differently. We want
Right.
to see them as wrong.
Yeah, and
What they
you're-
did is
you're the
bad.
victim. It's
and
very
I'm the
dramatic,
victim.
yeah.
And I mean, if I go around a bunch of people and ask them, they're all going to agree with me.
Right.
They were wrong.
Yeah.
You were wronged.
Right.
But what happens if you want to be a life lover and you want to invite abundance is that you can take all of that and say, that may be true, but for the moment, I'm going to move that over to the side.
Right.
And I'm going to choose to see if, regardless of that, I can get back to peace and gratitude
Awesome.
so that I can be comfortable in my own skin.
Right.
And once I'm in that place, I again can invite abundance
Yeah.
and I can love my life. So it's not necessarily mutually exclusive. People can wrong you
Right.
and legitimately wrong you.
Sure. It happens every day.
But you can say, I'm putting that to the side and I no
Right.
longer want to be focused on that.
Yeah, and I don't want to be the scorekeeper, and I don't care if I'm right.
No.
I want to not have tension in my life.
If somebody punches me,
Right.
I'm a victim.
Yeah.
But when that person leaves and the punch is over, if I continue to think about the punch, I'm now volunteering to be a victim.
Yeah.
That's the reality. I was a victim when I got punched.
Right. Right.
But how long do I want to live in that misery?
Yeah.
How long do I want to say, I'm going to sue that guy. I'm going to get him. I'm going to punch him back. Can you believe I got punched? I got punched. I got punched. And tell
brother.
everybody about it?
Yeah.
Or would I like to go, well, I got punched. I put an ice bag on it. I'm going to be okay. Maybe I had a part in getting punched.
Possibly. Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have been saying that he's an idiot, or I don't know what I did. But
Yeah.
regardless, usually, I had a friend of mine that said, when somebody runs across the street and punches you, it's very rare that you didn't have a part in it.
Right.
It's just not common for a stranger to run across the street and randomly punch a stranger.
Right. Right.
Maybe you were driving erratically and he, followed you, or maybe you did say he knew you from somewhere or something. But usually we have a part in it. And I'm going to tell you this before we get into this frame. When I find my part, that's where my freedom is. Mm-hmm. Because then I can recognize what I did to contribute to that situation. And I can even potentially make amends, even though maybe my part was so tiny. I can take responsibility, which makes me feel good about who I am.
Sure.
And I can get myself back in a piece. So I know I got sidetracked a little bit there, but let's get into this. Every challenge, reframing challenges as opportunities, every challenge contains the seed of growth and transformation. By reframing difficulties as opportunities, you can shift from a victim mindset to one of empowerment. Consider taking these 4 practical steps to guide your transformation. 1, pause and reflect. How often do we talk about pausing?
It's so important. The alignment breath. And just letting go, like soaking it in. And this is what's showing up in life right now. And getting grounded as best I can to deal with it.
Yeah.
Instead of being reactive and like jumping into this fight or flight kind of vibey thing where I usually say something I regret.
Exactly. It's one of the main tenets of being peaceful in life.
Thank you. That deserves a ding.
If you want to be peaceful in life, pause when you're upset.
You are on a roll, bro.
Thanks. When faced with a challenge, take a deep breath. Let's do it now.
Yeah.
And if you're out there listening, please, we invite you to do it with us.
Group breath.
Here we go.
Intoxicating. I love it.
That feels good.
It does.
Extend it into a long...
It's a yoga breath.
Yes. Extend it into a long, mindful pause. Now, step back and evaluate the situation. Give it some space.
Right.
Don't speak. Don't act. Don't text. Don't email. Wait until the emotional storm has passed and your discomfort has cleared before responding thoughtfully. And I will say, I can't respond thoughtfully unless I give it some space. Because then what I'm doing is reacting.
Yeah, we got to tap the brakes.
Yeah.
For sure.
The second way you can help guide your transformation is by identifying the lesson.
Right.
What lesson are you learning from this?
Yeah.
Right?
Objective.
Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And how might this experience make me stronger, make me wiser, make me more intuitive, help me to communicate better with others, help me to manifest the feeling of gratitude, to be okay no matter what happens in my life. How can I use this as, if I'm triggered by something,
right,
then I can look at that experience and say, how can I go through that the next time without being triggered?
Right.
I can use it to my benefit.
Absolutely.
Here's a suggestion.
Turn a negative into a positive.
Exactly. Grab a pen and your journal.
And a highlighter.
Well, yeah, you can definitely grab a highlighter. Then write down the situation and answer those questions. What can I learn from this? How might this experience make me stronger?
Right.
In every experience, especially when things don't go your way, look for the good and find gratitude. I had a friend of mine suggest, one of my mentors actually suggest to me, if I go through an experience in my life that is very difficult and I'm having trouble transgressing through, to deal with it, to let it go, to getting past that situation. And let's say I've tried meditating and I've tried all these different things and I've talked to people. I still am upset about it.
Right.
What he said to do is grab your pen and write down the exact situation that happened and who it happened with.
With no embellishment or drama, just very accurately.
Accurately, but you can say how you felt.
Sure.
You can say, you know, they were an ass, they were disrespectful,
right,
they hurt my feelings, they've done this in the past, here's what they said,
right,
here's how it made me feel, blah, blah, blah. But he said, make sure to write down what you did.
Right.
Even if it was just expectations.
It's the meat and potatoes, yeah.
Even if
What's
it was
my
just,
part in it,
right,
for sure.
And sometimes it's just...
It could be tiny, yeah.
Sometimes it's just expectations.
Yes, sure.
So I might, be living with somebody and they say, hey, dinner will be at 7, and I come home and dinner's not at 7.
Right.
And there's no dinner made.
Yeah.
And I had that expectation. I was hungry.
You're like, look what time, it's 5 minutes after 7.
And I'm hungry, which is part of halt. Hungry,
exactly.
Angry, lonely, tired. I'm hungry.
Get all crabby.
And hungry can make you angry.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you can open your mouth, push the other person away, and now you're lonely.
Right.
Right? And after going through all that, you're exhausted, so you're tired. So it's a full-on halt.
Oh my God. That's like the dominoes keep
Right. So if my expectation is food's going to be on the table, it's not on the table, and we get into a big argument, and I can't see my part in that argument, I can certainly see that I had an expectation at the very least.
Right.
Okay? So he said, write everything down. He said, if you have 5 pages of what they did and how they made you feel, and 1 sentence of my whole part was expectations, he said, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then he said, what I want you to do is I want you to take a highlighter and highlight your part.
Right.
And then he said, what I want you to do is I want you to take a pen and draw a line through all of their part. Mm-hmm. And I said, but wait a second. That's like letting them off the hook. And he said, what do you mean? You're talking about your journal. How is that letting them off the hook?
Right.
And I said, well, I feel like crossing it off means that their behavior was acceptable. He goes, oh, no. They could have had very unacceptable behavior.
That's not part of the equation, yeah.
What we're doing is we're trying to get back to peace.
Right.
Trying to get back to a place of loving our life.
Yeah.
Trying to let go of this resentment.
Right.
Which is basically misery.
Yeah.
We're unhappy.
Sure.
And to make matters worse, we're unhappy not because of something we think we did. We're unhappy because of something we think they did, which means we're still a prisoner of their behavior that happened last week.
Right.
Oh my God.
It's so stale and it's dumb.
Exactly. So he said, after you've done that, I want you to think about your part that's highlighted.
Right.
And then I would like you to either pick up the phone or approach them or text them and make an amends.
Right.
For your part.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
I'm
I had some
responsible for my part.
Yeah. I'm sorry I had some expectations about dinner.
Yeah.
And I never had a plan B in my mind in the event something would come up for you that would make it impossible for you to make dinner.
Right.
Or maybe the oven would break, or maybe you couldn't get to the market. I never had a plan B because I could have thought to myself on the way home, listen, I'm having dinner at 7, I'm starving, but if something came up and dinner's not there, I'm heading over to McDonald's.
Right.
And then I'd be like, no big deal. Mm-hmm. I'm heading over to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Do you want anything, honey?
Right.
Yeah. So there's a lot of ways to deal with that. So
That's good.
grab a pen in your journal, write down the situation, answer those questions. In every experience, especially when things don't go your way, look for the good and find the gratitude.
And if you're really hungry, eat the pen. No, just kidding.
Dude, that could get us sued. Just kidding. For instance, when you stub your toe, like I've done.
On the Murphy
Have you
bed.
ever stubbed your toe?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sure some of the members of our audience have stubbed their toe. It's not
But
particularly pleasurable.
Not like the karate chop one that you've shared about.
Yeah. Yes, it hurts, but
A lot.
yes, but see it as an opportunity for a perceptual shift.
Right.
Intentionally move into the attitude of gratitude, which isn't easy all the time.
Right. Especially with toes. Perceptually, toe shifting is hard.
Yeah. But here's an example of how to do it if you stub your toe.
Okay.
Say these words.
All right.
Thank you for my toe.
Yeah. Should I grab my toe? Oh, like kiss it or something?
Thank you for my bed.
I'm not limber enough to do that.
What else can you thank for?
For my knees. Like, look at Tom. He just got knee replacement.
I'll say thank you for my toenail.
Thank you.
Thank you for the knuckle on my toe.
That's right.
Thank you for the house that my bed lives in. I will tell you that there's a pretty good chance by the time you've said all those thank yous,
Yeah.
the pain on your toe is subsiding.
Yeah, it is.
And you can be grateful for that too.
Yeah.
By practicing these tools in situations big and small, you'll quickly find yourself becoming a master perceptual shifter.
Thank you.
And we have a shirt coming out that
right.
says on the back of it, Master Perceptual Shifter. So
Love
once
it.
you've done this work and you feel like you're shifting
what I'm-
automatically, consistently throughout the day, grab that shirt at our apparel shop. And
That's what I'm going to strive for, is to be a master perceptual shifter.
Yep, me too. I always strive for that.
MPS.
I fall short sometimes though. There are moments when I'm hungry, angry, lonely, tired.
When the Murphy bed falls on your toe.
Yeah, well, stuff like that can happen, you know. So here is another practical step to guide you on your path through transformation. Focusing on solutions.
Right. Exit problem, enter solution.
Exactly. That gets
I
a
like
ding.
it so.
That gets a
Thank
ding.
you. I like to keep things very simple, like almost idiotically simple. And yeah, it really helps.
Yeah. Shift your attention from the problem to potential solutions.
Right.
Reframing often involves looking for the silver lining or a path forward.
I love the silver glittery lining of the cloud. It's because the glam rocker inside of me loves it.
It's very glammy.
It's very glammy.
If you can't find a solution, try calling a friend who has a positive outlook on life.
A glammy friend.
Notice that that's an asterisk there. A friend that has a positive outlook on life.
Thank you. Important distinction. That gets a ding. Positive friends.
And may be able to offer helpful suggestions. Remember, what we focus on
increases.
It grows. So dwelling on the problem only magnifies it.
Magnifies it. Does that sound fun? A magnified problem?
I wouldn't mind using a magnifying glass, but I want to look at all the good stuff.
Yeah, I want to magnify on the good and the serenity and the joy and loving life. Feeling good.
Yes. While focusing on solutions leads us back to a place of empowerment and well-being.
Right on.
As a word of caution, it might be wise to steer clear of negative individuals.
Thank you.
Who reinforce a victim mindset.
Say no to negativity.
Without offering constructive insight. I want everyone to think about those people right now for a moment. Take a moment to actually reflect. Do you know anyone who's real negative, gossiping negatively about other people, blaming the world, talking about their problems, constantly critical, constantly bummed out? Do you know anyone like that? I'm going to make a suggestion to you. These people maybe have been friends for life. They may be family members.
Right.
My suggestion is if you really want to invite abundance into your life and love your life, begin moving away from them.
I agree.
Now,
moonwalk out of that.
As you evolve and love your life more and manifest abundance, that might become attractive to them. And maybe they'll want to begin transforming with you. That being said, I believe personally that if I'm trying to open myself up to abundance of finance, romance, happiness, joy, love, peace, creativity, music, song, dance, singing, laughing, and I'm around people that are raining on my parade,
right,
it's going to be a lot more difficult to get there.
It's kind of like dead weight.
It really is. It's almost like opening up the window to the sunlight of the spirit,
right.
And they're standing in front of it, blocking it.
Exactly.
Or they're throwing mud on it.
Sure.
Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to say is you are likely in life, as I have, and you have, going to face problems that feel unresolvable.
Right.
The obstacles that seem to be insurmountable.
Yeah. Some days are bumpy.
The brain tumor.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely.
Divorce,
no one's going to be happy.
Loss of
that
money.
News. Right.
Yeah, loss of my credit, loss of relationships,
Sure.
Children being sick, all kinds of things. Death, mom, our
fire
brother
in
Chris.
Lahaina. Yeah.
Yeah, fire in Lahaina, losing your house,
right.
All kinds of things.
Coronavirus.
This book and our philosophy is not about making the fire go away.
Right.
Or reanimating our dead mom.
Right.
We're not talking about fixing the problem necessarily.
Right.
What we're talking about is no longer focusing on the problem.
That is so dingworthy.
And some people might criticize you for not staying in the problem. If you...
I don't care.
Have lost your home in a hurricane or something like that.
Right.
And everybody's crying about the hurricane.
Yeah.
And you say, listen, I'm not going to be focusing on the hurricane. I'm focusing on the rebuilding process.
That's right.
And some people might feel like, how insensitive of you.
Yeah. Misery loves company. That's BS.
That's understandable because they're still grieving. And they're still angry. And they're still hurt. And they're focusing on all of that pain.
But I choose to to be a perceptual shifter. I don't choose to be Debbie Downer.
Yeah, if you want to manifest abundance, and this is just my take on things. I'm not telling you what you should do. I'm not shitting on you.
Right.
I'm just saying, in order for me to manifest more abundance, I need to move away from the pain.
And I'm responsible for my own serenity. Period. Boom.
And
mic drop.
And the question becomes, do you want serenity?
Yes. I'm very clear about that.
Sometimes our dis-ease does not want us to feel serene.
That's right.
It wants us to stay in our dis-ease. That's why it's called disease.
And it also is a lot of drama. And some people secretly, I think, are addicted to drama. They don't admit it.
I've been addicted to drama before. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we came from a very dramatic household.
Right.
With a lot of crazy things going on.
Yeah, so it was kind of patterned, I think.
Yes, yes. Okay, so the last thing I
don't have to stay in that mindset.
No, you don't. It doesn't. It's not peaceful.
No.
I want equanimity, and I can't be in a place of equanimity when I'm all dramatic.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I leave the drama for the books that I read, which are like CIA and spy novels and
dramatic TV shows.
Yeah, exactly. So the last thing,
drama fix on those.
The last thing I want to say with regard to focusing on solutions is if you feel that you're in a problem that's insurmountable, you can't overcome it and you can't get out of it, and you're stuck in it, and you're grieving or you're feeling so much pain and it's so sad and you can't get out of it. There's a trick that I use and some of my friends use that I've invented called the universal shelf.
Right.
And the shelf of the universe.
Available at Lowe's.
Available. Or Home Depot.
Right.
The shelf of the universe runs around every room, around every house, around every building, around every tree, around everything that you can imagine. And it's there invisibly for me to put anything on that shelf that I need to, which I can no longer handle emotionally.
Right. To lighten the load.
Yes. If there is a problem or a situation that is really difficult for me and I'm struggling, I'll just put it on that universe shelf.
Yeah, and just say, I could use some help right now. I feel overwhelmed.
Yes.
Can I load this on the shelf?
A great example of that is finances. I don't know anybody that hasn't felt stress about finances at some point in their life.
Many, many, many times.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I feel stressed about money, what I do is I take that issue, I put it on the shelf of the universe, let the universe handle it. I can take it down anytime I want.
Right.
But it's the universe's problem now, not my problem. Right. I'm going to do the footwork to make the money or pay the bills or do whatever I can.
That's an important part of it.
Within my ability.
I'm doing my best on the
But
footwork.
the results, that's
you.
for the universe.
Boom.
Thank you. Okay, and the last practical step that you can use toward transformation in this section is celebrate your progress.
Thank you. Be your own cheerleader.
Yeah. I think it can't be stated enough the importance of celebrating yourself.
I agree.
Yeah, congratulating yourself.
And I don't think I have to hit a home run every time. I do my best and my best is good enough.
Absolutely.
And if I did my best, it's like, that's
And
awesome.
if anyone's telling you your best is not good enough, flick that off.
Yeah, exactly.
Flick that off. So for me, I've learned how to pat myself on the back.
Yeah.
I've learned how to give myself hugs.
Kudos. Yeah, exactly.
I've learned how to love myself and appreciate myself even more than anyone else can love and appreciate me. So that no matter what, I'm constantly celebrating the successes that I have.
And growing and evolving.
And what do you think happens when you celebrate your successes?
More comes.
That's right.
It
More abundance.
opens the door or cracks the door open a little bit so it can come.
And you can start small. Wow, I washed a fork.
That's right.
Woo! I washed the fork. That's so awesome. I'm so excited. I'm a fork washer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere, baby.
Before you know it, you might be washing some plates.
Right.
You might have all your, utensils put away and your plates put away and your cups put away. You might have a clean house.
Yeah.
It starts with baby steps.
That's very true.
Okay. Recognize and celebrate small victories along the way. This reinforces a positive outlook and motivates further growth, just what we were talking about. Share your progress with others on the same transformative journey. In other words, get on this journey with somebody else who wants to invite abundance into their life and love their life. Do this journey with someone. If you have this book, buy a copy for someone else, or encourage them to get a copy, or get a Kindle version for them. Do it together, or read one book together. But journey into abundance with like-minded people that want abundance. This will keep you away from the negative Nancys, right? The grouchy Georges or whatever.
Right.
We were trying to come up with a name.
Yeah.
Grouchy,
bummed out Bruces.
Yeah. It'll keep you away from them. It'll keep you in fellowship with people that are on this path of creating more abundance and loving their life.
Right. Kind of like what we do on Saturday.
Yes, we do. On Saturdays, we do it with anybody that wants to join us.
Right.
So,
our Perceptual Shift Zoom on Saturday.
Exactly. So, shifting perceptions creates abundance, freedom, and happiness. It really does.
It makes room for that.
Yeah. And so that's why we wrote the book, The Perceptual Shift.
Yeah.
By constantly reframing challenges as opportunities, you cultivate resilience, empowerment, and a mindset that seeks growth rather than defeat. Don't let yourself wallow in defeat. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start all over again.
Thank you.
Yeah. Each moment of pause, reflection, and gratitude strengthens your ability to navigate life with confidence, ensuring that every experience, big or small, becomes a stepping stone toward greater wisdom, peace, and fulfillment. And I want to say that here we are doing the Perceptual Shift show together. We have had a fire in Lahaina.
Right.
We, used to have an office at Dickinson Square.
Right.
Dickinson Square is burnt down.
Yes.
We used to have a company with employees. Mm-hmm. We don't have that company with employees anymore. Right. We used to have 4 visitor magazines with hundreds of clients. We don't have those anymore.
We had the Aloha girls at the airport.
We had the girls at the airport handing out the magazines. We had a good-sized company.
Yeah. A
lot of income coming in. And here we are doing the show, which doesn't really make us any income. One day maybe we'll have income. We'll, do speaking tours, engagements, and working with others and so forth.
Right.
But at the moment, we're putting our focus here, our creative energy here to give back because we have the time and the energy to give back.
That's right.
And what I'm saying is we've chosen to do something that brings peace and fulfillment to ourselves by sharing our experience, strength, and hope.
And packing into the stream of life.
That's right. So this is a stepping stone to who knows what. The universe only knows.
Right.
And we're grateful to be here with you. Yeah. So we're starting to get close to the end of time.
Okay.
We got a question at the end of each section, and we'll have Robbie go first.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Don't freeze up.
Okay.
Have you ever felt like a victim of someone else's behavior? In other words, someone was doing something that made you feel bad. Or life circumstances. In other words, something was happening in your life that made you feel uncomfortable. Have you ever been a victim of that?
Yes, but I'm a little embarrassed to share about it because it's so kind of dumb.
Okay, well, hold on.
But it's
right.
It's
let's
real.
let's
it's
hear
honest.
the situation. Reflect on how it would feel if you were never a victim again.
Right.
But empowered, and you always let go of hurt and negativity quickly after it happened to you. So let's hear the situation.
Okay.
And then tell me how you would feel if you didn't ever have to hang on to that or feel that way.
Okay. This is a fresh wound, by the way. This just happened. So I live in kind of a crappy apartment building that's old, and it's always got problems like, the pipes rattle. And it's
in one of the nicest areas of the island.
Yeah. I'm not really complaining because I'm glad to live here, but it is kind of a crap hole sometimes.
Like a half block from the beach?
Yeah.
With a swimming pool?
In Maui with the trade winds, and it's beautiful. But the building is kind of a slum, actually. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful.
Yeah. And they don't maintain it that well.
Yeah, they don't. And so the hot water wasn't working for about 4 days.
Nice.
And I'm like the biggest pussy in the universe. I'm like a cat when you throw a cat in water.
It's like the ice bath over at Beverly Hot Springs.
Yes, I really can't stand freezing water. I'm fine with hot water, but freezing water just completely like it's chilling,
paralyzing.
Yeah, it's a very unpleasant experience for me. So I was trying to take these showers in the cold water, and I effing hated it. And then I started getting smelly because I didn't want to take showers. And so I
can attest to that.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't wash my clothes for a while. It was a bummer. But anyway, I decided I have to rise above because I'm losing my serenity over this freezing ass cold shower. So I cooked some water on the stove, and then I went in with a cup, and I just pretended I was on a wagon, like in the
camping trip
1840s or something, wow. Going across to Oregon or something. And so I pretended I was, a cowboy, and I scooped up the water with a cup, and I poured it over my head, and I had this, Robbie took a whore bath is basically what happened. And I felt great. It was weird. It's like I rose above all the drama. I didn't go into the office and chew out my landlord.
But you had been on the pity pot for a minute.
Yeah, I did.
A few days.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly true.
And you didn't want to come over and shower at my house.
That was
my house is, by the way, 1 block away from his house.
But
we have like 5 showers here.
Yeah, I guess I had some pride or something. It's not good. I knew I was very close to coming over here. So anyway, I made the best of a bad situation, and I hung on to my serenity, and I smelled good afterwards. And the end of the story is today I took a shower and the water was warm.
Nice. So let me ask you a question. If the same thing were to happen again tomorrow and the water went out and it was cold, would you go through 3 days of being upset?
No. Now I solved it. I would take a horse bath, a cowboy bath.
Okay. Yeah, let's call that a cowboy's bath. Okay. That sounds nicer.
All right.
What about coming over here and showering?
I would rather shower myself.
Really?
Yes.
You'd rather boil the water than come over to your brother's house?
Now that I've solved it, it felt humble to me.
What if I had that shower outside with the hot and cold installed? Would you go over there?
Yes.
You would. Okay, I got to get that shower hooked up. All right, that's a good story. Thank you. Not super comfortable with the word whore that much, but that's okay. I'm just a prude. It's okay. I mean, I swear all the time too, but right. Yeah. Have I ever felt like a victim of someone else's behavior? When we were reading this earlier today, my immediate thought was like 100 million times. I felt like a victim when someone else says something.
Right.
It doesn't take very much to say to me to hurt my feelings. I'm overly sensitive.
About being shamed?
About anything. Like if somebody says, if I overhear somebody saying, yeah, that guy James is an idiot, I feel like a victim.
Right.
Instantly. I feel bad.
That is a little overly
feeling badly is feeling like a victim.
Right.
About anything.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel like, oh my God, my neck hurts this morning, I'm a victim.
Right.
If I feel like, is that a toothache? I'm a victim. If I feel like, God, I really don't have as much money as I was hoping to pay these bills, I feel like a victim. So I can feel like a victim 20 times in one day, even now. Even now. So somebody might say, wow, you wrote the book, The Perceptual Shift, and you're all about shifting. How could you feel like a victim 20 times a day? You said it before. As human beings, we have the entire rainbow of emotions. No matter how much I shift, no matter how spiritual I am or how evolved I am emotionally, whatever my, EQ is, emotional quotient or whatever, I'm still going to get angry and sad and hurt and,
right.
And feel bad. And I have my emotions.
Sure. I
don't think anybody is absence of that because we're humans.
Right, right.
The reality for me is how quickly do I recognize that it's a feeling I don't want to hang on to
Correct.
and let go of that?
That's right. You're spending less time in the hamster wheel. That's great.
I gave myself a ding
I love
for
it.
that
You
one.
deserve it.
And so,
And get back to loving life.
yes, this book, a lot of it is about shortening the amount of
Thank
time
you.
that we spend suffering
Right. Yeah.
or in pain or in discomfort
The
or
shorter,
dis-ease.
the better. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Squash it.
the same thing with life's circumstances.
Right.
You know, if when we had the fire in Lahaina,
Yeah.
that was something I had no control
Right.
over, and it didn't make me feel comfortable.
No.
And my general manager, Sue, they lost their house.
Yeah.
You know, these are difficult moments.
Yeah, that was a bummer. She had to move to Florida.
Yeah. So the reality is, this asks us to reflect on how it would feel if you were never a victim again. I don't know if it's possible to not feel like a victim, honestly, but empowered, letting go of past hurt and negativity. Maybe in this context, a victim is somebody that was hurt and continues feeling the hurt beyond the point of feeling hurt. Maybe when I got hurt, I was just a person that got hurt. Now I've become a victim because I've let myself become a hostage of the experience.
Right.
Who wants to be a hostage of hurt?
Not me.
Not me. I want to let go of the hurt as quickly as possible, put it on the shelf of the universe,
That's right.
or do whatever I need to do with it, and get back into the attitude of gratitude.
Absolutely. As quick as possible.
Right. And that's
I
going
don't even want to spend a whole day in a bad place
No.
emotionally.
And that's going to open up the door for more abundance to come in,
Thank you.
because when we focus on gratitude, we're essentially focusing on abundance.
Right.
We're focusing on the good stuff.
Yeah.
What we focus on gets bigger, as
Yeah.
we talked about.
Right.
We have a magic magnifying glass
Yeah.
that focuses whatever we think on.
Yeah.
So if I'm thinking on problems or negativity or hurt or what they did to me, then that's just going to grow in my mind.
Right.
And it will take me hostage.
Yeah.
And it has. Have you been a hostage of that before?
Yes. It's awful.
But if I actively stop and I tell my mind, I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm going to get back to gratitude because
That's right.
I am in control of my mind.
It's kind of like doing an about face.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm going to walk in a different direction.
I used to think my mind controlled what I thought of, and my body, and my person just controlled my feelings.
Right.
My mind doesn't
That
control.
is being a hostage. Right
Yes.
there. Yeah.
It's only in the last 10 years that I discovered that my mind is in control of what I think about, and my feelings aren't in control of what I feel.
Right.
The reality is I am in control of how I want to feel and what I want to think about.
I have a choice.
Yes. And part of that happens when I feed myself the good stuff.
Right.
So if I'm reading Ian Van Zandt and
Yeah.
I'm listening to Deepak Chopra and I'm
Sure.
reading the Daily Stoics
Right.
and You Can't Make Me Angry and The Language of Letting Go and all these wonderful things that I read, and I'm absorbing all of this information, then my mind is telling me to focus on gratitude and abundance.
That's right. And it's being in the solution.
Yeah. And doing this work puts me in the solution.
Absolutely. Yes.
So that is going to do it for our show,
All right,
bro. We
yeah.
actually made it through.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And I want to say thank you.
There were some nuggets in there for sure.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I hope you got something out of the show today.
Right.
I hope we've been able to help you navigate out of the problem and into the solution.
Thank you. Yeah.
To pause and reframe what's going on in your life long enough to invite gratitude and abundance into your life.
That's so
and
good.
before
It's
we
important.
Before we leave, just a quick reminder. You can get the book at Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble. We're not saying that to try to sell you on the book, because there's not a lot of money. Anybody that's written a book knows that unless you're some super giant bestseller, there's not a lot of money in these
Right.
books. But if you are interested in getting the book, you can get it online. You can get it from me by DMing me over at Instagram or TikTok at James M. Quine. You can check out some life hacks. Also, you can join us on Saturdays for the Perceptual Shift book study.
Yeah.
We
so
get together.
fun.
We do these questions together.
James and I will be there. We're doing the book with you guys in
Absolutely.
real time.
Yep. You can get the passcode from me. DM me over at Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah.
The link to the Zoom meeting will be on this episode. And before we sign out, we've got a last opportunity to put our shifties on.
And we're playing a very different song than the first time.
And we're going to bring you live and unfiltered the Perceptual Shift outro song.
The Perceptual Shift rock and roll theme. Here we go.
Now you've heard the Shift Show. Hope you got your mind blown. We'll be back next week
with more to say.
And if you are a seeker, buy the book, dig deeper.
Take what you like and now go out and play.
Have some fun, everybody.
The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
There we go.
Voila.
All
Locked
right.
and loaded.
All right. And last but not least, I want to tell you a little bit something about love and life. Some people think because I go around yelling, I love my life, and my daughter, Annie, has a tattoo that says I love my life, and my kids say I love my life, and that I'm living in some fantasy world where everything I just pretend is perfect and I have no problems, and I love every single thing that happens to me.
Right, like you're just floating around.
That is not the truth. I just want to clarify for everybody what I mean when I say I love my life. Right. What I mean is that, first and foremost, I love being alive.
Thank you.
I love the experience of being a spiritual entity inside of this human body. I love being a human. It's fun.
Right, it is.
And wherever...
And it's unpredictable what each day is going to bring. It's got surprises built into it and mysteries and all kinds of adventures.
Every day is an adventure for me.
It really is.
And so that's first and foremost, that I love being alive.
And you got a little blind dog named Kona who's cute.
I do. I have a million things to be grateful for.
Yeah.
I could fill up books and books and books writing gratitude lists.
Yeah.
Which we do write gratitude lists. That's one of the tools. If you go to the back of the Perceptual Shift book, you'll see a whole bunch of tools of life lovers. But back on to loving life.
Right.
Okay. The second thing about loving life is by saying I love my life out loud, we're encouraging our mind.
Or shouting it.
We're encouraging our mind to remember that we love life.
Right.
To believe that we love our life.
Well, it's kind of an announcement too. It's a mantra that we share around
it's
here.
An affirmation. It's a reminder.
I think words have power and they're creative.
They do indeed. And so that's important. We talked about that just a moment ago. What we focus on gets bigger.
That's right.
If I'm yelling out I love my life 20 times
gets
a day,
bigger, yeah.
My mind's hearing that. It's telling me,
exactly.
Oh, we love our life? Cool.
That's a magnet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes. And the third thing is that there inevitably will be things that I don't love about life.
Right, of course. No one likes stubbing their toe on a Murphy bed.
Yes. When my expectations are unmet, I'm usually not loving that. But it's an opportunity to recalibrate my expectations.
Thank you.
And that's where having a plan B and a plan C, when I start having expectations, really comes into power for me. So I can love life without loving my expectations not being met.
Right.
Or having things not go my way.
Just as it shows up.
Yes. If I trip and fall, I might not love that, but I can still love my life.
Right.
So if you love your life right now, or if you want to love your life more, or if you don't love your life and you just want to start loving your life, try shouting out, I love my life. And start out right now, because we're going to do it on the count of 3.
Jump on in.
Do it with us. Ready?
Be a Perceptual Shift tribe member.
That's right. Join us. Drink the Kool-Aid.
That's right.
1, 2, 3. I love my life!
The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa.